Jibber jabber enough, hiller holler. Let's get into this. Team Megatron took CeeDee Lamb with his first pick. I think this was great. Obviously, I took Tyreek Hill. CeeDee Lamb finished as wide receiver 1 last year. He has fewer competition for targets. Probably a better pick for him to take CeeDee Lamb over Tyreek Hill. I think it remains to be seen whether either of us would have done better by taking Breece Hall or Bijan Robinson, both of whom remained available to us towards that back half of the first round. Again, us being a super flex league. Anthony Richardson could be here's the issue. Last year, he was a great pick for now Achilles heel because he was an undrafted player who went on to become an incredible early season breakout before he goes out. Now Megatron is spending second round draft capital on him and then early third round draft capital on Caleb Williams. Neither of those picks particularly speaks to me. Then he goes after Drake London, Kyle Pitts, betting on that new look Atlanta offense. One of those will hit, and it won't be the last time Antoine's making this bet of trying to take multiple pieces on a good offense and trying to guess who's going to be the one that benefits from that. Now, I've heard some people whisper Kyle Pitts could be the fantasy MVP this year. I like Kyle Pitts in this offense. We saw what TJ Hawkinson was with Kirk Cousins. The good, we got CeeDee Lamb, James Cook, Zamir. As we go down, we see he took Khalil Shakir, and then he took Curtis Samuel. He did not take Keon Coleman. I took Keon Coleman before later dropping him. But Antoine is making a savvy bet here. Somebody has got to benefit from those 200 some odd targets that Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs left behind. And one of these gentlemen, if not Keon Coleman, should be in a good position to take it. But I think the real winner of the Buffalo debate, and this isn't a particularly hot take, is Dalton Kincaid, who I believe Achilles heel took. I think that was probably the best value for tight end when that little tight end run happened. So with Antoine's team, and then of course he's going back to the well with Justin Fields. Bad. Anthony Richardson. Justin Fields, just because I think Justin Fields is more likely to be on the waiver wire by week 3 than being for actually starting a game for Megatron this season. So that does it. All right, let's move on to Cup This Chubb. Also, can we get let's bring the music back, huh? Yeah, that's better. Okay. What do I like? I like Saquon Barkley. I think the Philadelphia offense is going to be great. And Saquon was a stud last year on the Giants where they were I think they were the 30th ranked offense. So Saquon's going to eat. Cooper Kupp, I think, is going to be a league winner potentially. I know it's the 4th round, so it's hard to say it's a league winner. That's still relatively high, but I think Cooper Kupp is going to absolutely eat this season. Love the pick here in the 4th round. Sniped Alvin Kamara from me in the 5th round. Love that pick. Then we get some question marks. Justin Herbert, I think, is a great value here. There's some question marks about his health and his weapons coming into the season. But I think that in the 6th round, this is a great value for Cup This Chubb. Frankly, I don't know why. Again, I'm doing these in reverse Yahoo standings. I don't know why Cup This Chubb is being rated as lowly as he is. But once we get past Justin Herbert, I don't really like the Zay Flowers pick because of the introduction of Derrick Henry. I feel like Baltimore could run like Army if they wanted to. Just do read options and triple options with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry every play. I think it might work. Keenan Allen is a question mark coming into Chicago, but he's Keenan Allen. Every year that he's been in the league, he's been a reception and yardage monster. Great value in the 8th round, despite the question mark coming into a new situation with a rookie quarterback. Nick Chubb in the 9th round, it's hard to criticize it too much, but you have to know you're not going to get him until late into the season. So he's going to be sitting in IR, holding up that slot for the majority of the season, doing absolutely nothing. And I can say the same for Courtland Sutton. You're not going to use Courtland Sutton unless you are absolutely desperate. The potential league winner on this roster is Brock Bowers. I like the value of Brock Bowers in the 11th round for Cup This Chubb. I think it's a great pick. So if we go over to here, we got our good Bowers. For the value, I think these are the three best picks on Cup This Chubb's team. Cup, Bowers, Herbert. I think all three are going to be great contributors and are going to perform well above their ADP, making for a very strong foundation for Cup's roster. But where there is good, there is bad. And in the bad, Court, might as well chunk him now. You're never going to use him. Mahomes in the first. There were so many options at this spot. I just think that Mahomes is a great real-life quarterback, but it's too expensive to have taken him at this spot, considering the other options that were on the board. Hot take, I know. And then all QBs. I think that the good on this team is very good, and the bad on this team won't hurt them too much. I'm expecting a second consecutive playoff appearance from Cup This Chubb. All right, new team, new music. We are now on to the person I think, bold prediction. Drum roll, please. Pretend there's a drum roll. KDs over TDs is going to be our league champion. That's right. What I think is the most complete roster coming into week 1 of Antoine and Friends' 10th season. Bijan Robinson is being called the new CMC in the new look Atlanta offense. I think he's primed to explode, and he got him at the 10th pick in the draft, picking up Justin Jefferson just around the turn, and then finally rounding it out with the elite tight end Travis Kelce for his top 3 picks. He was able to pick up Dak Prescott pretty late, along with Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, George Pickens. He who shall not be named, who is unfortunately a good fantasy value, I think. And then some really solid sleepers in Tyjae Spears, Jaylen Warren, Blake Corum, Brian Thomas Jr., Adam Thielen. I mean, this is the only team out of all 12 where I don't see a bad pick. If somebody thinks that there is a bad pick and I'm not seeing it, please let me know in the comments, because I think this is the most complete roster going into the beginning of the season. I really don't think I need to spend too much time on it. The one thing, I'm not going to do a good column. We're just going to do a bad. And the bad is Juju for taking Deshaun Watson. I think that this team is excellent, but the only thing that might hold you back is the fact that Mercury's retrograde just ended or something to that effect. Because, yeah, other than off-the-field character issues, this is the most complete roster in the league at the moment. All right, we've got one more team. Arguably the most dangerous player in the entire league, year in and year out. It's Troy Polamalu, and I have but one note. Yeah. CMC is really good. He's really, really good. He's really, really, really good. He's really, 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 really good. It really doesn't. I mean, my team last year got to the playoffs purely off of CMC. Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp can both finish as top 10 wide receivers, because I don't think Matthew Stafford knows how to throw to more than 2 targets at one time. I think they're both going to be fabulous. Top 10 is pretty bold. Chris Olave is a big bad to me. So, you know what? I take back my note. We are going to need to do some bad here. I will say that. Olave. I would only have the one big good note, but that's not true. We do have the bad notes. I think Olave is a bad pick at this value. I think Mixon's a bad pick. Jerome Ford is going to be great for the first like 10 or 11 weeks of the season, to the point where this is a great pick in the 8th round. Odunze is looking like he's got a great connection with Caleb Williams already. Rookie to rookie. Call it a budget Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase. I think that's what people want to be the top end case for this. I don't see it happening, but I like Rome Odunze at 9th pick. Jackson Smith and Jigba, I think, is a fine pick in the 10th round. Bo Nix is a waste of a spot. Rashid Shaheed is a fine dart throw. And I have nothing really to say from there. George Kittle, you're going to have good weeks and you'll have bad weeks. So he's not going to be in the good or the bad category. If you guys are nice, I'll do a tier list. But otherwise, I'll see you in week 1, 3 days from now. Let's fucking go!